What's going on, guys? It's December 31st. The weather is perfect, man. It is almost 60 degrees, sunny, beautiful. I'm going to go out and kill some weeds today. So stay tuned for the action. We're going to wrap up on our cool season grass. We've got a few fescue yards left to spray. I'll show you what I'm going to use on those and what I have used on some of the other ones. And we're going to start in on some of this dormant warm season stuff that I got to get knocked out. The winter annuals are just starting to poke their heads up. So we'll get out there and get some of these things under control. Stay tuned. Alright, I had to hunt for some of these out in this yard. This yard is pretty clean. I probably don't even really need to do a broadcast application on it. It was treated with a couple of rounds of tenacity at about seeding time. I pulled some of this stuff up. This is Oxalis. It's kind of a purple clover looking thing. This one right here, found a little bit of, all of these are really young in their development. They're tiny. It's a Carolina geranium, and it's growing really low in the grass canopy right now. Let's see, what is this? This looks like some corn speedwell, and it's I found this right along. There's some pretty decent patches of this right at the bed edges. This is not even really actually in the turf. It's in the edge of the beds. That's what that looks like. This is pretty much what you're seeing in everything right now. That's some common chickweed, but you'll see little bits of this scattered in some of the fescue right now. And you'll actually see, for some reason, a little bit different mix of weeds in your cool season grass and the warm season grass. All of these are winter annuals. What else are there? I got this right here. I'm not particularly certain what that is. That might even be another type of chickweed. I'm not sure. Anybody that knows what I'm looking at here can definitely chime in, but that might be the, I don't know. That might be another kind of shit, but it's growing on one plant with a definite root like that, where this other chickweed is just, this common chickweed is just random shoots. All right, well, there's a few of them we're going after. Winter annuals in a fescue lawn, but I had to hunt for these, so this yard's not really bad at all. Oh, I got this one too. This is very young right now, so but that's a creeping Charlie or ground ivy, and that grows right down along the ground in the canopy. It's very small right now. I lost it. It's very small right now, but it'll get larger and a little waxy coating on it when it matures more. All right, we're gonna wrap up our cool season herbicides for the year. Well, actually, it's the last day of the year, so we're pretty much wrapping up everything for the year. But the winter annuals are just starting to pop out good. The weather's just been wonky, but the winter annuals are just starting to pop out good, and you'll see things like some of the things I just showed you, plus wild violet, maybe some clover, things like that in the cool season grasses. So what I have sprayed most of them with is a product called Escalade 2. I used up all that, and I picked up one last jug of this right here. This is Momentum FX2 from Lesco, but somebody real smart told me, and then I looked into the label a little more online, and New Farm makes this. Anyway, what Momentum is, it's going to have all the heavy lifters for cool season grass in it. 2,4-D obviously is something you're going to see in a lot of this stuff, and it's going to have triclopyr and fluroxypyr. Triclopyr and fluroxypyr, great for waxy stuff, woody stuff, just all kinds of. It's going to be your home run for the cool season grasses this time of year. And it's winter time, obviously, so this is an ester formulation. Sorry, move the camera around so much. This is an ester formulation, and think petroleum. I mean, it even looks like thing of gasoline. They smell almost petroleum-like when you smell them. You can definitely tell the difference in an ester and an amine. The amines are what we generally are cheaper, and that's generally what we go for in the warmer weather because they're less volatile, and they're not the effectiveness of them in this cooler weather. The effectiveness of amine will not be very good in this cooler weather. I got a message coming back. All right, but the esters are gonna have that petroleum. They're gonna cut through the waxy leaves on a lot of these winter annuals. They're going to be really more effective in this cooler weather than say an amine would. So in cooler weather, if you're looking to go after weeds in your fescue, mainly what we're after is these ester 3-way, 4-way, whatever combinations. This one, like I said, I'm got the triclopyr and the fluroxypyr. That's a home run for your for a lot of the weeds that you're going to be seeing commonly in this in the grass this time of year. We'll mix it up with a full rate. The full rate is about 4 pints per acre. Okay, when you're going out with something like this ester-based 3-way, a surfactant is not really necessary because it's already got that oily petroleum base in it. But I happen to have pulled out right here some of the different kinds of surfactants that we'll use on some other herbicides. Like this is a methylated seed oil, and the name is just like it implies. It's an oil, so it's going to break those waxy barriers and penetrate deep into the leaf, right into the plant tissue. This one right here, excuse the label, it rides around the back of my truck. This is just a they call a non-ionic surfactant. And that will just might be using the wrong analogy, but think of like how Dawn dishwashing liquid, when you drop it into something, it kind of disperses everything away. But this will take that water drop or that herbicide drop when it hits the plant and just kind of spread it out evenly and make it stick. And this right here is Organo Silicone, and it's just a super slick, super expensive way to do the same thing. Basically, it just will spread out that drop when it hits the leaf and break all that tension in the, and you know how a water drop will bead up like on a wax car. This thing will just kind of spread out. So this is one of my favorites. I use this for just about everything, primarily fungicides, but we're looking at over $100 a gallon for one of these. All right, and I talked about amines. When the weather warms up, these are less volatile. This is the most popular thing here. There are a billion different kinds of these, and they're all basically the same thing. You're gonna, when you see, it's gonna have a 2,4-D when it's a salt of something, 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 and then the dicamba is a salt of something, something, something. That means it's an amine. I mean, you can see a difference in this product. It's thin and looks like tea or something, and this one's a little thicker and looks like gas. Some of these will be white and milky too, but not really important. I mean, they're all gonna look a little different, but I'm just saying right off the bat, you can see a different appearance in these. Here, a lot of the problems I run into is with our warm season grasses. We have so many different turf types, and they're very sensitive to different herbicides. So you'll have to use something like this. This is Speed Zone Southern, and you can go across most grass types with this. The sensitive grass types, the Asian turf grasses as I call them, like St. Augustine and centipede especially. These other formulations with all that 2,4-D in them, it won't fly, it won't work, it'll damage your turf. But the Speed Zone Southern is good for mixed yards with centipede and Bermuda or centipede and whatever. But we use a lot of this just so we can go from yard to yard to yard without having to worry about what we're spraying. There's an amine of the same thing. The Speed Zone is a mixed ester and amine. This is a amine. This is Trimec Southern. It's got a real low amount of 2,4-D, and I've got it, but it's in the box your camera's sitting on. But The next product is something that's like a 2,4-D alternative. They're yearly maximums on 2,4-D. So like this Momentum FX2 here, if I sprayed this at the high rate twice a year, I would be right on the threshold of my yearly maximum for 2,4-D. So if I needed another product like this, I would have to jump to something else that would have the one that I usually carry, something called Change Up, and it's from New Farm, and it has Mecha Prop in place of the 2,4-D, so you can run that as your third, fourth, whatever application to avoid going over your yearly maximum dosage of 2,4-D. All right, well that's about it on these types. When we leave here, I'm gonna start spraying when I get, well, I got probably 3 fescue yards to finish up on. When we get those knocked out, I'm gonna switch over and start spraying some dormant warm season grass. And in those warm season grasses, we'll use, we can use any of these products for the most part as well. This right here, a little tough on active Bermuda with the triclopyr on it, but the dormant Bermuda will be fine. But what I'm going to go for in the dormant warm season grasses, we're gonna go to a place after we finish up these fescues that's a mix of centipede and Bermuda, and it has some unfavorable Bahia grass in it. And the reason that they're so unfavorable on the Bahia grass is because the guy who mows it has to come back, you know, every 4 or 5 days to mow the grass because of some damn seed heads. But we're gonna fix it up with a little something. We're gonna run atrazine and methylfuron methyl on that. The methylfuron might not have much of a result on that dormant Bahia right now, but I mean it'll work on any of the winter stuff that's growing in there. And what you're getting into with that methylfuron is even another category. I'm not sure if I'm saying it's a category right, but it's sulfonyl ureas, and those are generally extraordinarily expensive, but super low doses, and generally for warm season grasses only, and tight application margins. No room for error on many of those. Like we're going to use the methylfuron methyl, the thiocarbazone or something is in Celsius. We use a lot of that. Katana, Monument, all of them super duper low application rates. We're talking ½ ounce acre in the, you know, rates that low and lower in some of them. So very little room for error on those. Super expensive to purchase up front, but generally small amounts will cover. All of this crap really is going to be about, you know, in this 2.5 thing here, I could probably get 5 acres out of it, and that's about what you'll get out of, you know, a bottle of some of the sulfonyl ureas, Celsius, even a little less than that at $100 a bottle. But I mean, these are ranging on up there in the $200 plus price range for a jug of that. But you go to this amine stuff here, and it's way cheaper. I mean, you can find all different kinds of price ranges on this, but look for a way cheaper price on this. But these amine formulas are not as effective in cooler weather, but they're less volatile, so they're great to use in warmer weather because the heat will make them more effective, and you won't get that problem with volatility. Was that confusing? All right, here's my head-to-head comparison lawns. This is my Triple Threat Plus. Looks fantastic. It's real deep and lush. He's got some weeds in it. I sprayed this already once with Escalade, but he's got some chickweed that he didn't get, so I'm gonna follow up an application today. And that one is my Mountain View Top Choice yard. And that one, I really couldn't find any weeds going on in that one after the Escalade application. So I'm just gonna retreat this one, but they're both doing head-to-head pretty good. This one is got a lot more color in it. The guy who's mowing this one's mowing it way too tight. I gotta have a little meeting with him. Triple Threat Plus is looking great. I'm really liking this so far. Let's go over here and look at the mountain view. Across the street, I get run over. And he's got this stuff cut down at putting green heights. This won't work for the summer, but there's nothing wrong with this either. This looks pretty good, except for the height of cut. Really clean as far as weeds too. All right, I got my fescue wrapped up. I'm out here at this place now. This is almost 6 acres of just some really mixed stuff. Not too pretty turf. Got all kinds of stuff going on here. I just reached over and pulled out a few things that weren't in the other yards to show you. All right, there's Poa annua. We're gonna spray methylfuron and atrazine here, so that might remedy that. This is another big time winter annual around here. Henbit. It'll get a big purple flower on it going into spring. More henbit. Some just starting to pop up right there. Some real young Virginia buttonweed. So we're gonna run on this place. Like I say, it's it might even be about 6 acres here. I'll have a better idea when I get through spraying, and I can't remember. I had to check my notes. But anyhow, what the game plan for this thing is about, well, not about, but precisely 2 quarts of atrazine and 0.33 of an ounce of methylfuron methyl and 8 ounces of methylated seed oil. 0.33 of an ounce of methylfuron methyl. A little bit goes a long way on this stuff. All right, well, we'll get at it. The old trusty permagreen is, for this place, perfect tool, man. I don't know if you can really, I'm parked over here in the back corner, but all kinds of curves and little places to jump up. So a big sprayer wouldn't cut it here. A boom sprayer be difficult. Permagreen, just the right tool, man. Permagreen will tear this place up in no time. Take me more time to fill up the tanks after I empty it out on every acre than it will just to spray it. All right, well, I'm gonna get at it. I know I already said it, but the permagreen just rocks on a property like this. There's park benches and everything out here. They just spray right up under the park benches, jump curves. It's a perfect tool for this. Just a thought, came to me. All right, the old permagreen knocked that right out. That was, that's, permagreen's the stuff, man. I love it. Anyway, that's just a couple of the options on herbicides, and as you can see, this place is really needing something. I always spray this a couple times a year for another company, and it was due for its winter stuff. Anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope y'all had a fantastic Christmas, and you're gonna have a wonderful and blessed New Year. And I just appreciate everything so much, and all you guys' comments and just sticking with this silly YouTube stuff. I've had a lot of fun, and I appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Happy New Year.